All right, class in session, doing another atomic attraction. Should be done with this maybe Sunday or Monday. Book is almost done. Chapter 42. Great book, great chapters, great attraction building, step by step. This is a good chapter right here. Never follow a woman's lead. That's a fact, gentlemen. That is a fact. I've learned the hard way. You never, almost never, I mean, very, and that sometimes I catch myself doing it, and I'm like, wait a minute. So, um, but anyway, yes, this is very important. Chapter 42: Never follow a woman's lead. That should be a hardwired rule in your life. Only one man in 1,000 is a leader of men. The other 999 follow women. Groucho Marx. Yeah, that's, I mean, that's, he's a comedian, old style comedian, a lot you don't know, but it's funny. That's good. Sometimes a woman will try to suck you into a relationship as fast as possible. Facts. I had a chick one time, had awesome sex with her first time, and she was into it, whatever. But after that, she's like telling me she loved me and that I couldn't see anybody else, and ooh, that was nuts. So anyway, that didn't work out too well, but definitely had a good time. Uh, Fact is, she was from Senegal. That was pretty cool. Um, from let's see, fast as possible. From uh, day one, she is, yep, intense and passionate. That was correct in my case. And by the end of the week, this was by the end of the sex, she is feeling you. She is telling you how much she loves you. Pretty much, when this happens, it is tempting to try and match the woman's intensity with the same kind of passion. And it's true. Sometimes you're like, well, cool, I can kind of, I love you too. No, that makes your love less valuable, And it goes back to, a common theme in this book is men need to be free. Men want to be free. And you need to go kicking and screaming into a relationship, and a woman will respect you more for that, okay? It is at times like this you must consciously hold back and resist being drawn in by the woman's intensity. Correct. It's hard, but let her pursue you. Women will pursue the men they like. If you tell a woman that you love her too soon, you risk lowering your value. That's what I said, and derailing the seduction process. The woman will eventually come to realize the relationship is moving too fast and she doesn't love you. And this is like why men get so mad about women. It's like, well, you said you love me and you were pursuing me, and then I say I love you, and now you have to understand these things. This is so a guy that understands this is what helped my life. A guy who understands this is that you're always leading and that you can't do this stuff. It becomes simple. You don't get into these problems as men that don't understand women. And when I didn't understand women as well, it's like, well, why she said this and then she did. Now you know. I mean, you just know the game now. And so once you know the game, just like a person that's good at chess or checkers or whatever, they can look at the board and go, oh, I know the move. I know, I don't know those games, well, chess, but checkers, even checkers. There's some guys that are like, oh, double jump there. You got to double jump there. Oh, he can jump you there. Connect four or whatever. But anyway, she was just in love with the idea of being in love. And I've had that too. I had, like I said on a past video of Atomic Attraction, well, this was the last one, I think, but I had my first high school girlfriend. Oh my gosh, she was my first love, and I loved her so much. We dated for 2 years, and she was a young little thing at the time, and she could bang like the best of them. But anyway, I don't want to try to, but she ended up, reaching out to me numerous years later, almost like 30 years later. And we started getting back together. And, but it wasn't, I was like, this is something's weird about this. And what I kind of realized, and it wasn't, not that she's an awesome person, but she was in love with being in love with me again. And so was I. But she wasn't really in love with me, because the way she treated me, but she was in love with being in love, and that's what I realized, right? So it's very common. You'll see it. It's almost too much, what I'm saying? Too much too soon, and there's a little bit of lack of congruency with, their actions. But they're saying how they love you so much and so that. Anyway, and although it was the woman who pursued you in the first place. Yep, it is your fault for rushing the seduction. If you allow yourself to be seduced too soon, do not be surprised. See, and everything is the man's fault. So, this is why you can stop being mad at, women. It's your fault. You need to understand that, right? If the woman loses all attraction for you, similarly, when a woman says she wants to go to a ballet or go shopping, most men will jump at the chance to accompany the woman. Or dancing, that's another one. And I've gotten good at that. I don't do stuff, especially I'm 50 now, it helps. You realize that, you ain't got all, this life ain't forever. So, I ain't going to be spending it doing stuff I do not want to do. And that helps, right? What matters for men is the opportunity to be with the woman and have sex with her, correct? So they'll simp out and do whatever, correct? Most women understand, yeah, they do. No, most women, almost all women understand that most men have no interest in going shopping or to the ballet, correct? And you need to be honest. Women who like you will respect that. Even women that don't like you will respect that, right? Or to the ballet, yeah. The woman, okay. The moment you trade comfort for sex, correct, is the moment you become vulnerable and start to look weak, correct. Women are like, this clown. Women do not like men that they can run, because that means other men and other women can run you, and she is in danger. There's a case study here, study 29. It is called Lamb to the Slaughter, and it's this chick. I can't remember her name. It was like, it doesn't matter what the name is, but let's say Jade. Jade's at the Sky Bar, and she calls her friend Brad or something like that, and or what does it say? Sky Bar or whatever. But anyway, and she's like, hey, why don't you, Brad, why don't you come out to the Sky Bar, And she said she was a friend, and so he's like, he really didn't want to go to the bar, but he's like, I really like her. I might be able to have sex with her, And so he goes up there, but it turned out she wasn't only with one friend. She was with like a whole group of friends. And so he's hanging out, but she's kind of ignoring him, And I've done, 50 years old. I've done this dumb stuff before. And dude, this was recent, not recent, but in the last, several years. Super hot chick. It was off of Bumble, and I kind of knew it. I was like, she was like, meet me at this bar, blah, blah. You gotta watch. I even told her, I was like straight up with her. I was like, why? You want me to buy you drinks? They want you to be their drink buyer. And she's like, no. Well, ended up, it wasn't. I don't know. It was weird, but she had a friend with her too, and it was just, they had one, and they were trying to go somewhere else. But I let her know, but it was a mistake to me. And even though she said no, it ended up being that. So I knew already. But again, that stuff's happened to me, But if once you allow that to happen, a woman who really likes you will meet you with. They are not going to meet you with anybody. They're going to be alone because they want to bang. They want to make sure bang is going to happen, right? So that's how you know. And I often say, too often, especially American men, I don't know about maybe Western men, but American men in general, we go out with women that don't like us enough, and that was part of my 304 phase on the dating apps. I was going out with just anybody and everybody, and I knew, in this case, but I was also taking more risk, and I would meet more people. But again, I learned the hard way, There's oftentimes, women will, test you in those kind of situations, and I've done the whole dancing thing. Come on, come dance at this Latin bar. And it's like, I don't know how to Latin dance. They know you don't feel comfortable, you white boy, and so I'm a white boy in some Latin bar trying to dance on a dance floor looking like a fool. I mean, if I learned how to do it or something, maybe. But anyway, when you allow a woman to inadvertently undermine your comfort and control you, yep, you inadvertently kill attraction by letting her know you are willing to sacrifice happiness and comfort just to be in her presence. And that's true. It's not only that, she sees that you can be run by people. You know what I'm saying? And that risks her safety and security. So she definitely doesn't like that. The moment you are asked to do something by a woman and you have a feeling it will be inconvenient or burdensome, make yourself unavailable 100%. This happened recently to me. old girlfriend of mine, and she was hot, very, very hot, but she wanted me to, as a favor, take her dog, her new dog. Her daughter got a new dog, which her daughter's great, but she wanted me to take the dog because she doesn't live in Houston, my city, and she wanted to use, like, I guess, the charitable pet program to get her dog vaccinated cheap. She said, I just need you to sign in your ID, da, da, da. And she's like, it only take, and I felt bad. I was like, she's really cool, but no, she wasn't going to bang me. She wasn't, and I said, well, you going to bang me or something? I was joking around, I knew she wasn't because she's married now. And she's like, no. I was like, well then, find someone else. Get your husband to take you over there. And she was like, you're such an asshole. See? And that meant she respected me for that. When they say you're such an asshole, you learn to know that's great to hear that, right? And going back to my high school girlfriend, when she came back in town, she's like, hey, you can meet, where when we were dating in high school, her mom still lives in the same house, right? And her neighbors knew me, and we got to know each other real well. They're cool people. And she's like, we're going to have a barbecue on, like, it was like a Wednesday or Thursday. We're going to have a barbecue on Wednesday or Thursday. Come over there. There's a pool party, blah, blah. We're all going to be here, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't sure what she was, here for. I'm like, are you here? Are we here to, like, get together or bang? Or are you just here beating family? And so I was like, well, I'll go. I'll just figure it out, And this is, fairly recent. And I'm like, you know what? When I should have known, I've known better, right? And finally I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not going. And she ended up having more respect for me. When she was like, I can't believe I could just tell. Like the next day she was like blowing up my phone, and you would have thought by me, saying I don't want to do it, but I was like, that does not sound like a good time. I want to be alone with this chick, and we're not going to be alone. Blah, blah, blah. Nah. So anyway, so I've seen these things firsthand. I've been on the bad side, going to do stupid stuff, and also saying no. And women that like you and really, really want to be with you will, I guess, for lack of a better word, forgive you for saying no, But here's another caveat. A woman who has high interest in you, who truly, truly likes you, will not put you in these positions. I know they say later on it's going to say they test you. The high interest woman will not test you. Here's what a high interest woman will say. I know you don't like the ballet. I'm not going to make you go. So they'll do that. That's the difference. Too often, even from these books, it shows that we go out with women that don't like us enough because but she'll test you. The woman who highly likes you, no, she'll say, I know you don't like dancing, so you don't need to come. Or me and my friends are going to shop, whatever. And, would you want to come? I don't want to make it. She'll say stuff like that because she knows she doesn't want to put you in that position. She's so concerned about your feelings that's why it's so easy when you're dating someone that likes you. Why it's easy when you're dating someone that has high interest. So, when they start asking you, let's go dancing, let's go to a live concert with a bunch of people you don't like. No. A woman that really likes you, they know what you like and don't like, and they won't put you in that position. So if you feel like you're being tested, but let's just say the highly interested woman does test you. Let's just say she'll let you off the hook real easy. Nah, I ain't my thing. Okay, it's okay, baby, it's okay. I'll see you, and then she'll make I'll just see you afterwards. Da, 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 da. She'll make sure she knows that it's okay. The woman that doesn't really like you will be like giving you a hard time. Now you know, okay? The attractive man understands attraction grows in space. A woman will always test you. Not always. Like I said, the high interest ones will be like, you don't like the ballet. I'm not going to make you go to this. Yep. Test you. She'll cancel dates. She'll ask you to go out of your way to meet her. And this is on a dating app. If you're on a dating app, meet me halfway. No. Come to my city. No. Come to my part of town. I started seeing this so much, I had to say nope, 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 nope. Even if they say I want to bang you for an hour, nope. The person that's coming to the other person is the one that's in the submissive role. The weak man bends to a woman's will. The attractive man marches to the beat of his own drum. And that's a big thing. Or let's go to lunch. No, we don't do lunches. Like I said, canceling dates, asking you to do dumb stuff, asking you to go out with friends. I've had that. I had a chick from a dating. There's a lot of times on dating apps. That's how they're like, And that's why even dinner doesn't work. Women know you don't want to go to dinner. Women know that's why coffee doesn't work. You know, the Chads and the Alpha Chads, Alpha Tyrones, Alpha Enrique, Alpha Muhammads, they get to go to the house right away. She knows you don't want to be there for coffee. That's why they don't work. She knows you don't want to be at dinner. She knows you don't. She knows what. That's why I changed my rule to if it's rule Tomasi 3. And you're gonna get a lot less dates, but you'll be knowing who's, if she makes you wait for sex, the sex ain't worth the wait, because it's all about genuine burning desire. The same girl that makes you wait for sex is the same girl that banged the hot guy in the foam cannon party, in 30 seconds or less. If the hot guy in the foam cannon party has to go to coffee, that's why she disrespects the guy that says, let's go to coffee. That's why she disrespects the guy that says, let's go to dinner. Let's go to a 5-star restaurant. That's why she disrespects the guy that wants to go to a big concert or big event to impress her, Because women know the true Chads go straight to her. She goes straight to their house, or they go straight to her house. So this right here shows you. She's like, women know why you're dealing with it. Women know you want to bang them, So anyway, that's about all I got in this chapter, boys. We'll see you on the next one.